Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our 10th episode of the live interview series, SSI Live Cosmic Conversations. My name is Nia, and as one of the science communication interns here at Cal Academy, I will be your host for today. In this series, we will interview a different member of our SSI intern cohort every episode. SSI stands for the Summer Systematics Institute, a research experience for undergrads, or REU, funded by the National Science Foundation. All of the interns Sophia and I will be interviewing work directly with researchers and curators on research projects on all sorts of topics, from plants to people to herpetology. Feel free to leave any questions in the chat and we will get to them at the end of the episode. Today I'll be talking to Haley. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Haley. I'm from New York. I'm a rising senior at Fordham University, and I'm here at the California Academy of Sciences working in the herpetology department.
Thank you so much. So let's get right into the questions. Our first question is, can you tell us about herpetology?
So herpetology is the study of reptiles and amphibians. This is my first time working anything with herpetology, so I don't know. It's new and exciting for me too.
So, what made you apply to be in the herpetology department?
I've never worked with herps. I've heard good things about them. And yeah, I was just interested in working with like a new type of specimen. I've worked with like bugs before, so I kind of wanted to get something more like charismatic, I guess.
Did you like working with bugs at all?
Yeah, honestly, I kind of did. Like, I feel like once you work with things, you kind of get a better appreciation for them. Like, even if you don't like bugs, like I do not like bugs, but no, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I totally get that. I did a project on bees.
Really?
And I'm scared of bees, but I'm less scared than
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your summer research project?
So I'm working with Dr. Ed Myers and Dr. Michael Yuan. We're working on a genus of geckos called Thecodactylus. They're present in like Central and South America as well as in the Caribbean islands. So I'm looking at their two genes and just kind of sequencing those genes and constructing a phylogeny just to clarify like the relationships between the three species. And then we're also trying to look at like how look at their dispersal pattern, because like the common belief right now is that they like started on the mainland and then colonized the islands. And then we also believe that like they recolonized the mainland, which is kind of like uncommon because it's kind of believed that colonization goes straight from like mainland to island and there's no way to come back. But we need more evidence for that. So that's what I'm looking into.
So it's like something that's not like the mainland to island, back to mainland, something that's like doesn't really happen.
It has like, I think more recent studies has like shown that it's happened in, I think, birds and like other animals. I'm not sure if there's any like herp examples of it. So yeah, it would be like new for that.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so moving on. What is your dream science job and why?
I don't think I have like one dream science job that I would want. I think that my plan like for my future is that I just want to like try as much as I can. Like I've had some field work experience and now I'm getting like lab experience. But yeah, I just want to do like as much as I can. I would love to be more in the field too. I think it's really cool now. I was talking with Dr. Yuan, my mentor, and he was showing me the samples that I'm going to be sequencing, and he like was the one that went to the Caribbean and like collected these samples himself, and now like I'm in the lab like working on it, and I'm gonna analyze it, and then we're gonna like put it together into our report. And so I think that's like the fact that he can go throughout that whole process like is, I don't know, I think that's really special.
Yeah, so you like the field part, but you also like the lab part and being able to go see it through from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So do you think you're gonna like pursue a PhD?
I'm thinking about it. There's like a lot of inspiration here. Like a lot of the grad students, the PhD students, like it does seem like something I would want to do.
And then is there like a project or like a specific topic that you think you would want to work on throughout your career, like broadly?
I think that whatever I do, I would want it to have like some conservation impacts. Because I definitely want to work with like animals or like continue working somewhat related to like evolution or like biodiversity. And so yeah, I would definitely have to work something with conservation.
That's cool. Conservation and biodiversity.
Yeah.
Do you think you would do like systematics like phylogenies and stuff?
I enjoy it right now, so yeah, I would.
Okay, so what inspired you to be a scientist, and what does a scientist like mean to you?
I think being a scientist is just like being curious and having an appreciation for all of the things around you, even like the tiniest things. Like I feel like even if you're looking at something that you're not typically interested in, you can still find like the beauty and like how intricate it is, like with the bugs. Like we don't like bugs, but like they're still really cool, just like because they're, I don't know, everything is complex when you look at it. And I think also being a scientist, I think being here, we're learning a lot about how collaborative it is. Because like obviously no one can know like everything about one thing. Like you need help from a lot of people. And so I think science through this experience is like becoming a lot more human to me, which I really like. What was the first part of the question?
What inspired you to become a scientist?
I don't know if I had any like one inspiration. I think just growing up, it was like, I don't think anyone like intentionally influenced me, but just like growing up around nature, I had some like really great teachers throughout my life. And like, I don't know, I feel like I was always drawn to science. I remember like when I was applying to colleges and you have to like write down like all the clubs and stuff you were a part of, like all of my things were like kind of like science or like environmentally related. And I was like, I did not mean for that to happen. But like, yeah, I don't think I would, I can't imagine like going into anything other than science.
And what's like your major?
I'm a biology major.
Okay, so like it just made sense to go into biology.
Yeah, I like can't even think of like an alternative.
So you were mentioning like growing up in like nature and stuff. Do you have like a favorite moment or memory in nature or science in general?
I have this one memory. I was like super young, maybe like 7 or 8. I don't remember like anything about it except for my mom and I was helping her like in her garden, and we were like sitting in the dirt, and I was just like, I probably wasn't even helping, but I was like digging and digging in the dirt, and there's like roly-polies like everywhere, and I was like, so I remember being so fascinated. I was like, these are the cutest things I've ever seen. And like I remember writing in my diary like, this was the best day ever. Like I don't even know what we did other than like dig in the dirt and see roly-polies, but like yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that sounds
That's so cute. Is that like, you said your favorite like species is the peony? Is that like
oh yeah,
plant in the garden?
Yeah, my mom plants like peonies, poppies, alliums. Yeah, she's like she's a really big gardener, so I've definitely grown like more appreciative toward plants because of her.
Would you like maybe do something in botany one
Honestly,
day?
I would try it. Yeah, why not? They're so beautiful. And there's so many plants too. Like it's a mess, I feel like.
You can go from entomology to herpetology to botany.
Yeah, I want to try everything.
Yeah, I totally get that. Okay, so that's the end of our core questions. Do we have any questions in the chat? If not, go ahead and start commenting.
We have a lot.
Oh.
Our first question is, What is your favorite part about California coming all the way from New York?
We were just talking about plants. I think the first couple weeks I was here, I mean, I've like come to California when I was little, but the first couple weeks of coming here, I definitely noticed how different the plants look. Just like very subtle differences from like just the completely different environments between the two coasts. Like I feel like here the plants are like they're kind of like all a little bit sun bleached. And like just the desert conditions, I feel like it makes them look like really cool. So that's my favorite part, I think.
I've noticed like the leaves are also like smaller a lot of the times. I think, yeah, definitely paler colors.
Yeah.
Not as vibrant or saturated.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of purple flowers too, which I really appreciate. I don't know, just like everywhere.
Next question is, do you have any interesting stories about working with reptiles or amphibians?
I guess the first week we were here when we were at camping at Point Reyes and we went on like those hikes, Dr. Myers, one of my mentors, he brought out his like reptile lasso.
Oh.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
It's like this huge like fishing pole size thing, and on the end of it is like a tiny little string with like a loop, and he was like going around to like catch the lizards on the rocks. And like yeah, I've never seen anything like that. I think that's also like another thing I learned being here is like science is not just something that you like observe, but like being with like our mentors and stuff, they like grab stuff and they'll just like put it on, they'll like hold it, they'll put it on you. And I was like, I'm always kind of scared of that, but like just seeing them do it so casually, like, I don't know, I want to do that more, I think.
Nice. So next question is, what conservation project would you create if you were given an unlimited amount of money?
Unlimited amount of money? Oh my gosh. That's a lot. I feel like I would like just try to save everything. I would like, I guess expand monitoring efforts where they're needed. Protect like as much habitat as you could. Yeah, I don't know. Unlimited money, I feel like I would turn like tyrannical. Just like trying to save everything.
The next question is from Julia. If you had to take fashion advice from a herp, which herp would you choose?
Oh, I really like the collared lizards, like the really bright like stuff around their neck. I also really like gecko eyes. I think they're kind of like square shaped, kind of like goats. Or like I've seen some cool like claws on some herps, so maybe those two.
What would you take? Like you'd wear a frill, like the collar?
Yeah, with the frill, the eyes, and like my nails.
Oh, like claws.
All of them at the same time.
Next question is, do you like California Academy of Sciences?
I love the California Academy of Sciences. It's so awesome.
And then Julia asks again, what is your favorite part of working at a museum?
Oh, there's a lot of favorite parts. The collection tours that we've been on have been really awesome. We had an activity this morning where we were cleaning sea otter skulls to prep them for the collections, so like that other researchers could come and like inspect them, and we collected like tissue samples too. So just being able to do stuff like that is really cool. Because when I think of museums, like you don't even think about all this stuff happening in the back, like the research part and like all the collections. Like the public never gets to see that. So I really like this perspective.
Next question is, Luigi asks what your favorite thing you saw at the tide pools.
Oh, definitely all the nudibranchs. I don't think I saw it, but Chantel and Julia found like The pink one, the pink nudibranch, and it has like little hair, or what are those called?
I'm not sure.
Hawkins Rose?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Hawkins Rose.
It kind of is like this all over its body. So that was really beautiful. But yeah, seeing all the nudibranchs and how tiny they are and like so cute. I love those.
Next, we have, do you think if you were to work with the animal you're scared of the most, you'd start to like it?
Yeah, I do think I would. I think I would still be kind of scared of it, but I would like it. Cause like before, when I said I worked with bugs, I worked with ticks. And like those things still really scare me, but like I can still appreciate them like under the microscope. So yeah, I think I could. I'm pretty confident about that.
Wait, what animal are you scared of?
Probably like spiders. Yeah, when we were collecting them, that I couldn't touch it. But if it was my job, maybe I could.
And then next, what is the most beautiful natural landscape that you have ever seen?
I think I went to Italy one year with my family, and we went up on like the mountains, and we were like, clouds came in and we were like above the clouds, and it just like covered everything. I think that was like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
All right, 4 more. Next question is, do you have any unique or unusual hobbies outside of herpetology?
Oh. I don't know weird or unique. I guess I like crocheting and knitting, and I brought my embroidery to California, but I don't think I've touched it since I've come here. But yeah, crafting and stuff. I love doing like things with my hands.
That's cool. I've always wanted to learn how to crochet, but I can never get into it.
Oh, I could teach you. I feel like you would make the cutest little like characters. I'll teach you.
Next. If you had a spell that could let any animal talk, what would you use it on?
Was this one of the icebreaker questions, like one of the days?
I don't know.
Or like on the, whatever. I would say either squirrels or like the ravens, especially like in the park. I feel like they see a lot of things and they like go everywhere. So I would want to know what they see, like what they've learned.
Next is, what's your favorite animal?
I like squirrels. The eastern gray squirrel specifically, I guess. I don't know what is over here, but that's what's in New York. But they're so cute, and I love just like walking around campus and seeing like 20 of them. Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, Curtis asks, if you could be a herp, what herp would you be?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I would have to be Thecodactylus ravicata, the turnip-tailed gecko that I'm studying, because they're so cute and they have like really cute toe pads.
Oh, I want to see a picture now.
I'll show you.
Okay, so if that's all of our questions in the chat, we'll go on to our comment round. So our first question is, what is your favorite species and why? Which you kind of already talked about.
Yeah, squirrels all the way.
So then we'll go to the next one. Who is your favorite scientist or science communicator?
I really like going on YouTube and watching like science videos. I think the channel is called like Real Science, which like, but it's like really good. She makes like these really detailed videos about the biology of certain animals, and she like goes like deep into like why they are the way they are, the special skills and like abilities they have. And yeah, I also really like the Wild Isles series on the British and Irish islands, narrated by David Attenborough.
David Attenborough, everything he narrates.
Right? It's so good.
Okay, our second to last. Which planet do you think would make the best vacation spot other than Earth? Because we live here.
Yeah, okay, no, that's fair. I honestly don't know that much about planets, but maybe Saturn, because you could see like the rings. Can you see the rings? I don't know. I think that would be cool.
And then our last bonus question. Tell us about an interesting SSI moment so far.
I guess I have to repeat the skull cleaning. Like that was so. I've never done anything like that before, like with the scalpel and the tweezers, and yeah, I think that was the most interesting so far for me, at least. Yeah, and just seeing like the end product of after we do what we did and then they prep it more, and like just like knowing that it has implications like further on is very cool. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the coolest thing that we learned was that when sea otters eat urchins a lot, it turns their skeleton
Yeah,
purple.
like their teeth and their skull turn like purple.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah, I did not know that. That was really cool.
Yeah, we have a picture of you today from that. None of the nasty stuff is shown.
Yeah,
but
you can't smell it either. Like
the smell was the worst part, which is why we were all wearing masks. Okay, but that is all we have for you today. Thank you, Haley, for joining us. Before we end, we would like to encourage everyone to follow us on social media platforms at CalAcademy_SSI to learn about science and natural history museums along with us this summer. Tune in tomorrow where we will be interviewing Julia on her research on arachnids. Thank you so much for watching.
Yay.
Yay!